We have for some time been on the Pacquiao-Mayweather watch, years in fact, and all along that Pacquiao-Mayweather watch, the onus of who we think has dodged that fight more has gone back and forth. Clearly, depending on your outlook, if you're a Mayweather or Pacquiao supporter, you may see this all differently. Now it appears we have a pretty clear path toward that fight, or at least who will be responsible for not having that fight if it doesn't happen. Manny Pacquiao said in several interviews at ESPN the other day that he is now willing to accept a 55-45 split in the purse, in which Mayweather would get 55% and he would get 45%. This, coupled with the fact that he has now agreed to the Olympic-style drug testing that was suggested by Mayweather, would appear to eliminate all roadblocks to that fight. There is one big roadblock, however, remaining, and that is that Pacquiao has to beat Juan Manuel Marquez on December 8th, and that's a pretty big roadblock. After the loss to Bradley, which many people believe Pacquiao won, but also with the fight prior to that being a decision against Marquez that many people thought Pacquiao lost, clearly a win over Marquez, and a convincing one, would revive interest, I think, in the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight, if any has waned. And the intriguing thing about this, I think, is that there was some Mayweather-Pacquiao fatigue that had set in, and people started to think maybe people weren't as interested in that fight. If Pacquiao can beat Marquez and beat him decisively, I think he would put that fight very much back on the map. Now, as it relates to Floyd Mayweather, if in fact this is all the case, that Pacquiao has agreed to that split, which he said publicly, and clearly the testing, then the onus for making this fight is clearly on Mayweather. Now, this isn't, I don't think, all just altruism by Manny Pacquiao that's making him now agree to a 55-45 split, whereas previously he's wanted 50-50. With the Marquez fight coming up, and with some people thinking that fight might not be as saleable as the first three, because there have been so many Marquez-Pacquiao fights, this is a very clever device. If in fact Pacquiao and his promoter Bob Arum are doing it partially for these reasons, a very clever device to stoke interest in the Marquez fight. Because if fans feel that now a win by Pacquiao is all that's standing in the way of a fight between he and Mayweather, it will focus even more interest on the Marquez fight. So it could be a very clever marketing tool, but if it ends up producing the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, I think fans will be happy with that. And we'll see. Now the ball is clearly and squarely in Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s court.